Good morning, second grade. Welcome to Language Arts class again. We are ready for section 3, and it is the last section of the whole year. So yeah, that is really exciting that we're almost done with Language Arts now. Let's think a little bit about some review first before we go into today's lesson. Thinking about compound sentences. So compound sentences are two sentences joined together into one sentence, and they are joined with the two sentences are joined with little words like and, but, and or. And also it gets a comma. Compound sentences always get a comma in the middle, just before your little word. Okay, so let's think about pronouns. Do you still remember what pronouns are? Pronouns, they take the place of nouns, right? So pronouns, and here's our chart that we have here. So pronouns are he, she, it, I, we, they, and you. That's the list of pronouns. Pronouns take the place of nouns, like he would take the place of Lincoln, and she would take the place of Aaliyah. They would take the place of, if you have several people, like Jadrian, Clayton, and Rachel. So yeah, that's pronouns. And let's think now about nouns. So what are nouns? Nouns tell who or what the action, who or what did the action in a sentence. So nouns name person, place, or thing. Verbs, do you remember what verbs do? Well, verbs show what action the nouns did. And so verbs are words like jump, run, talk. They are action words. And let's think about describing words. Do you remember what describing words are? So describing words are words that describe a noun, like big, round, white, old, new. And you can also put colors in, and also numbers like 3, 6. Okay, so let's think a little bit about introducing. You still remember the rules for introducing people? So if you introduce a girl to your mother, you say your mother's name first because your mom is older, and to be respectful, you say your mom's name first. And then if you have a boy to a girl, you would say the girl's name first. And if you have a friend to your teacher, then you'd say your teacher's name first. Okay, so why should we be courteous when we're introducing? Well, kindness is a command in the Bible. Courtesy is an act of kindness. And so Jesus wants us to be kind and show kindness to others around us. So it's good to know how to introduce people so we can do it the courteous way. Okay, let's think about capitalization. Today's lesson, it's kind of like a review of capitalization and punctuation. So you've had most of these things before already. I'm going to review your capitalization chart here. So we have number 1 says to capitalize the first word of a sentence. So whenever you have the first word in a sentence, it always gets capitalized. Number 2, capitalize names of people and pets. So people and pets, like any person's name or any pet's name, you will always capitalize it. Number 3, capitalize important words and titles. So if you have a title of a book or any title of a story, you capitalize the important words. Always the first and last word get capitalized, and any word in the middle that's like a larger or more important word. Capitalize the word I. I always gets capitalized. Capitalize names for God like Jesus and Christ and Lord. Capitalize naming nouns. Naming nouns are nouns that name anything that names people. It can name buildings, like certain buildings of places, and it could name also like, well, we talked about how naming nouns are like pets and stuff, those. So number 7, capitalize the name of a city and state or a city and province. So whenever you have a city and a state, you always capitalize the first letter of the city or state. Capitalize each word in an address. When you are writing out an address, you always capitalize every word. Number 9, capitalize abbreviations of states and provinces. So again, states and provinces. Provinces are what the states, it's kind of like the states in Canada. Instead of states up in Canada, they're called provinces, like Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia. Those are provinces. Number 10, capitalize months of the year. Months of the year like January, February, March, April, all those months get capitalized. Number 11, capitalize days of the week and abbreviations for days of the week. So days of the week always get capitalized, and also the abbreviations, which means like the shortened thing for the day of the week, like SUN period for Sunday. S will always be capitalized, also an abbreviation. Number 12, capitalize abbreviations. Actually, we did that. Number 13, capitalize titles of respect. So titles of respect like Doctor, Miss, Mr. and Mrs. Those always get capitalized. Number 15, yeah, we're ready for number 14. Capitalize abbreviations for titles of respect. So titles of respect also have abbreviations, and those also get capitalized. Number 15, capitalize initials. Initials are like the first letters of your name with a dot after, and you will capitalize them always. Number 16, capitalize titles of stories. So again, stories, the title of your story gets capitalized, and any important word in the title. Number 17, capitalize the greeting, closing, and signature in a friendly letter. So there is a greeting like dear and the person you're writing it to. You'll always capitalize both words. Closing is like with love. You would capitalize just the first word in the closing. And signature is your name, and so that of course gets capitalized. Number 18, capitalize names of holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day. Number 19, capitalize names of countries like United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Paraguay. Those all get capitalized because they're names of countries. Okay, so let's look now on the board. We have some examples on the board of, since you have reviewing capitalization and punctuation today, we have examples on the board here that we will make sure that we circle which letter should be capitalized and get our punctuation in also. So let's look here at the first sentence. It says, Dakota, Elijah, and Wilson played ball. So we have words in here that need capitalized, right? Well, first of all, we have names. So we'll circle the D in Dakota, E in Elijah, W in Wilson. Okay, so now let's focus on let's just do capitalization first, and then we'll come back and do the punctuation then. So the next sentence says, does Samantha live close to Shoals, Indiana? So I will need to do the first word, of course, always gets capitalized. The S in Samantha and Shoals, that is the name of a city, right? So Shoals means capitalized. Now that's supposed to be an abbreviation for Indiana. So abbreviations, they get capitalized too. So each letter in abbreviation, right? Each letter gets capitalized? I think so. Okay, then we have Callie's initials are C-A-W, so C in Callie's, of course, because it's the first word of the sentence, plus it's a name, so that sure gets capitalized. And then we have initials, and initials always get capitalized too, so we'll circle the initials. And then we have the next sentence, no, I will go to Brooklyn's house tomorrow. So first word gets capitalized, fits everything in that sentence. Okay, next we have Taylor went with his dad to DC Metal Shop today. So we have a name again at the beginning, and so of course we circle the T in Taylor, and then we have a building here. And do you remember that names of buildings are also, they are naming nouns. So we need to get these building name, the letters and the words capitalized also. DC would be kind of like initial. It's short for Davis County, so we'll circle D and C. They both need metal because it's the name of the building, and also S because it's the name of the building. Okay, so let's now do your punctuation. You have, in part B of your lesson today, you have to put your punctuation in. And let's look in the first sentence here. You have a series. Now you need to put commas between series. We learned that already. That if you have like a group of things, you need to put a comma after the words just before and. So Dakota will get a comma after, and Elijah will get a comma after. And do we put one after and? I don't think so, because whenever you have and, you will only put commas before the words before and then after and does not get. And so we also need an end punctuation mark, because every sentence needs to have like a period or a question mark or something like that. So we'll put a period there because it's a telling sentence. Okay, and now we have the next sentence. Does Samantha live close to Shoals, Indiana? So we have a city and a state there, and you always need a comma right after the city. And then we have initials, I-N. And remember the punctuation that initials need? So initials always need a period after each letter. So I gets a dot and N gets a dot. And then we don't need a period because at the end there, because you have already one after N, and you don't need to put two there. Okay, next sentence is Callie's initials are C-A-W, so initials get a period after, and again, that's the last of the sentence, so you don't need any more. Next sentence is no, I will go to Brooklyn's house tomorrow. So remember that after the words yes and no, you need a comma in a sentence. So we need a comma after no, and then we also need a period because it's a telling sentence. Okay, and then we have the next sentence, and we need a, probably to be proper, we should probably put a period after D and C, and then we also put a period at the end. Okay, so that is punctuation and capitalization for today. Let's look a little bit now at some phonics cards. We are thinking of, today you have about the and the or, words that have that sound in them. And there's different spellings to spell that. So let's look a little bit at the phonics cards here. We have the or sound, and you can spell it O-U-R, says or O-A-R says or, and O-O-R, and that says or too. And so O-U-R as in for, O-A-R as in board, O-O-R as in doors. Okay, and then we have a pearl. Remember the pearl? So E-A-R can say as in pearl. And then we have the sound again. Here it looks like we would almost say caterpillar, but when we say caterpillar, we don't say caterpillar, right? So caterpillar, A-R says the sound. And sometimes O-R says the sound as in anchor also. Let's now think about penmanship. So you have reviewing the P and the B and the R today. I'll just write them again just to refresh your mind. So the P starts in the middle like this and goes up like this, slant down like that, come right back up, and make your bowl like this. That's probably slanted just a little bit more than what it would need to be, but yeah. And then we have a B here, and the B also will slant in, make a loop around like that, and the R goes like this. Stay on your line, go around, loop around, and go like that. Okay, let's think about spelling now. Spelling, you have different words today. So I'll show you the pictures on the cards. We have some two-syllable words today, quite a few two-syllable words, but I'll just show you what the words are first, and then we'll talk about that later. So the first one is blindness. Blindness, the man's blindness doesn't hold him back very much from doing what he wants to do. Blindness. Next we have basement. My dad likes a nice clean basement like this one. Basement. Christmas. The real reason for Christmas is celebrating the birth of Jesus. Christmas. Cloudless. Yesterday was a warm, sunny, cloudless day. Cloudless. Hopeful. Henry was hopeful of winning the race. Hopeful. Kindness. Kim showed kindness to her dog, Nero. Kindness. And we have quickly. The jet took off from the airport and quickly climbed high into the sky. Quickly. Saturday. We bake on Saturday, so we have food to eat on Sunday. Saturday. This one has 3 syllables in it. Watchful. Walter must be watchful so he doesn't miss the bus. Watchful. Truthful. It's important to always be truthful. Truthful. Wood. The men cut and stacked wood for our old neighbor man. Wood. Homes. Townhouses are separate homes that are built side by side as one building. Homes. Then we have miles. Ike and Elson skateboarded for miles on the deserted road. Miles. Lakes. Granddad has 2 lakes in his field. Lakes. Okay, so now thinking about syllables, turn to if you have not yet opened your light unit books, you may open them now and turn to spelling section. It will be on page 39. So you can read with me. I'm going to read that teaching box there. It says this: a syllable may have more than 1 vowel, but it can have only 1 vowel sound. A 1-syllable word has 1 vowel sound. A 2-syllable word has 2 vowel sounds. A 3-syllable word has 3 vowel sounds. So a syllable may contain more than 1 vowel, but only 1 vowel. Let's look here on the board. We have the word sleepless, and we want to divide that between the syllables. So if you think about, well, there's 2 vowels here in sleep, but there is only 1 vowel that sounds. And so your syllable might have 2 vowels in it, but it will only have 1 vowel sound. So we will divide sleepless right there, and here's your vowel sound, and here's your vowel sound. Okay, next we have hopeful, and hopeful, we have 2 vowels again, but only 1 sounds. So we need to, we just divide it between the root word and the suffix, like that. Okay, actually the hopeful only gets one L in it. Like that. All right, that is spelling, and I'm going to let you work now at your lesson. Be careful with your punctuation and punctuation capitalization in the first page there. And yeah, you can go ahead with your lesson and have a good day.